This is very bad. Okay, she's still alive. The first thing she says is, "You pushed me. You pushed me off the edge with your bare hands. Why did you do this to me? I loved you." She's talking about Maurice. I didn't want him. He came to me. She's like, "I love you. Why? Tell me before I die. Why did you do this to me?" He calls 911. He calls the ambulance. They're on their way. It is pretty scary right now. Um, I don't know what's going to happen because the police is going to get there and they're going to blame him. If she's still alive or she's still talking, or even if she's not talking, they're going to blame Gary. They're going to say that he was the one that killed her or attempted to kill her or whatever the results are. Oh my God. I knew it. I wish she had not gone over there. This is a complete disaster, Gary. So I knew this was going to happen. Annie goes into her job. She's thinking she's going to get her job back and she doesn't know. They fired her. And the guy that told her to take Jasmine's case, even though she knew it was a conflict of interest, going to say, "No, that's a lie. I didn't say that." So once again, these men are stabbing her in the back. And then the secretary tells her to meet the detective or investigator tonight at the club because she thinks she has information to tell her. Gary has issues just because she called a friend, a lawyer that can help in the situation. I mean, she's struggling right now with her own. She wants somebody that's going to get him off or help. He's getting upset because it's a man. I'm not understanding. But anyway, so Sabrina, she's at home with Calvin, helping him. He's grieving. And she gets a phone call. Oh my goodness, yes, finally. Maurice calls. It's great to hear his voice. He's been through a lot. She said, "I'm on the way down." The little request was for some pork rinds, so she brought him some snacks down because he's saying that the hospital's not feeding him, can't keep a big girl figure with the type of food that the hospital's giving him. And yes, obviously, she's happy to see him. He's talking, throwing the shade. But Maurice gives her blames herself. Some real talk. But he blames himself for the actions, everything that happened. He just want to make sure he was got. He told her it was on the news. He did get picked up. He had his head down because he gave him 2 black eyes. But he's like, you go through all kind of problems. You go through your girl problems, boy problems, whatever you have. But imagine problems that I have being big, gay, and at the end of the day, I'm a queen. You have no idea what I go through. It just makes you put in perspective, like as a straight woman, we have no idea what he has to go through. Being beat up every day. He's like, he's just used to it, which is very, very sad. What a surprise when her friend comes over. Gary is being jealous and crazy. Now, I will admit that even though that is Andy's friend trying to help, he was throwing a little salt and a little shade towards Gary. So I'm just saying, good time. We had a good time. I'm just like, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Gary's being jealous and stupid, getting up, cussing, carrying on, acting crazy at the hospital, extra for no reason. I just think that Gary is toxic and Andy needs to not deal with him. Girlfriend alert. Well, obviously Sabrina is there to see Maurice. Right there, she sees Andy. She's like, "What's going on?" With an obvious a suspicious question because, like, what's happening? And she's being funny. "Call me when you get home." And then Andy said, when she gets around the corner, she's going to call Danny. Oh, my God. Of course, Sabrina called Danny. Danny's like, "What's going on? Is she pregnant?" Trying to figure stuff out. And, of course, Danny is still waiting for Rodeo to call her back. So Sabrina decides to call, Andy's bestie, which is Karen. And Karen's looking real cute in her dress. Can we just say that? But she has company coming over. There's somebody at the door. Who is it? It's Aaron. This is interesting because I really did think that she was going to end up going back to Zach. But it seemed like she's exploring things with Aaron. He brings Chinese food. She calls to check on Andy. Andy's been a little weird. She notices it, but she was like, "I'm going to get back to what I'm doing with him." They're talking about things. He said, "When I first met you, I thought you was this kind of certain type of lady. Now that I got to know you, you're nothing like that," which means it's more to you than what I thought in the first place. And it seemed like they're getting to know each other and even being cool, making a little cute little. Before everything was like serious, matter of fact. Now you can see him making little jokes. What they're talking about the sodium, like he's the black people. Yeah, high blood pressure. Yeah, you got me. The banter back and forth. You get what I'm saying. Danny is frustrated with Rodeo. She don't know what's going on. She was like, "I'm going out." She had Zach laying on her couch whining and just getting on her nerves, not really about doing anything. She's like, you messed up with the whole fake baby. You are messing up with Karen. You're just a mess, period. And she's frustrated about everything else. So she just, like, I'm finna go out. He wanted to go out too. And she was like, no, I'm going by myself. And she just left. So then Karen's mother comes over to tell Zach, you are messing up everything. They didn't do anything together. You assumed they had sex. I know my daughter. They weren't together or anything. So I don't know, because of the whole little post, she probably was back then last year you were doing this kind of post came up on her phone, and she was looking at pictures and flashes of her and Zach together, and she looked like she still loves him. So I'm not thinking they're gonna be just done just yet. And then we get to Gary, the very last scene of the show. Gary and Andy are there. Here comes the police, and they said the words that I wasn't expecting to hear, but wondered. They said, you're being arrested for Jasmine's murder. So obviously, she's dead. I don't know about nobody to come out and tell him anything, but she is dead. And he is obviously up for arrest for the situation. We don't know what she told him, if she was able to tell him anything, if she wrote anything out before this happened, because the fact that he found her, or whatever the history, it's not looking too good. So, y'all stay tuned for next sisters, because I already said in my last review, I told you guys Gary going there was a bad idea. I knew it was going to end badly. He went anyway. So now he's going to be up for arrest. Andy then lost her doggone job, but I think Andy can fight for it, and I hope she gets her boss in serious trouble who lied. I hope she got some kind of receipt or something, because he did lie. So anyway, that's my review recap of Sisters.